welcome back. I'm sure you've missed us. I've missed you.
I've missed us. Well, fuck you then.
It's just me. I don't miss anything else.
Oh, it's busy season, so we haven't had time to sit down. We have videos in the arsenal. It's just they're taking forever to edit
because our editor is also super busy too. So it's everyone's busy.
Everyone's busy.
Plus, it's that holiday season, and we're all ready.
But we have a huge video coming. It's gonna be really long, but it's fun, and we have fun. But that's
what this channel's about.
Yeah.
Us having fun. We just got back, so that's what this video will be today. We just got back from watching the Possession of Hanna Grace. I really am. I'm having such a hard time. There's so many movies where it's the possession of, the exorcism of, and it's just chick's name. Enter chick's name, and then that's the movie. So it's just we've been what are we watching?
Whose autopsy is this?
It's just the trailer. So, you guys know the trailer. We're gonna roll it for you now for a refresher.
In the name of the Holy Spirit.
This job is not for everyone.
Because of the hours?
Because the only co-workers are cadavers. I heard there were issues.
Yes, there were issues. But I'm much better now.
Welcome to the team.
You're the new girl.
Megan.
Well, I got a weird one for you. Her name is Hanna Grace. And her family was performing an exorcism or something on her. Something went wrong. And she died in the middle of it. You know what they say. If an exorcism isn't completed, evil will find a new vessel.
I believe when you die, you die. End of story.
Then you're up for it?
I can handle it. When you die, you die. When you die, you die.
You've got to focus.
Just breathe. When you die, you die. When you die, you die. When you die, you die. End of story.
Hello?
Okay, so who else thought that the ball rolling under the stall was going to be an
Did they show that in
eyeball?
the trailer?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Me and Patrick were actually talking about I bet that's an eyeball, and they can't show that in the trailer on TV. Whether it was actually a ball.
It was a rubber band ball. So, obviously, you're here. You don't care if you're spoilers or you've seen it too. Let's just start from the beginning, I guess. It opens up with the exorcism scene where it's the girl on the bed.
Hanna Grace.
Clearly. Her dad, and then two priests that are doing the exorcism. And she kills one of the priests with
this.
the crucifix thing. Yeah. And then she tries to kill the other one, but the dad ends up smothering her with a pillow and
Of course,
killing
it's
her.
that emotional thing. I think there was a Bible verse
On the
on
pillow,
the actual
yeah.
pillow.
Yeah. And then that's just the opening of the movie. So cool, whatever,
Yeah.
right out of the gate.
And it's 3 months later. I actually thought it said 3 months prior, wasn't paying attention. So I was confused for about like 2 minutes into the movie. So I'm like, how can it be before? I'm like, oh, okay.
But it's after.
Yeah. And it's before. I thought what was going to happen is it said, I thought it said 3 months prior. I thought it was going to show her getting into this job. And then later on, she like gets this crazy fucking case.
So can we talk about the job? So this chick was a cop, not a cop anymore. We'll get into that. But she's starting a job as an intake assistant at a morgue for a hospital. What she does is when the people, like the EMTs and stuff, bring the bodies in, she takes the pictures of the body, does all the paperwork.
Yeah, processes the whole thing. So it could be anything. It could be a natural death, a murder, anything, a dead body.
I feel like you need some sort of certification to do this. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you can't just walk in like...
That was the first question I had. I like leaned into Katie and I was like, don't you need to be like some kind of a doctor or an RN or physician's assistant?
But she goes in and the guy in charge is like, hey, want to see a dead body?
Yeah, and he's just like, yeah, you just do this. And like, yeah, rigor mortis in the finger. You just got to crack it open. And I'm like, I don't think you could just grab dead bodies. Like, you have to like process them out, right? Because especially like Hanna Grace, who's obviously been mutilated.
It's like the medical examiner, right? Like,
yeah, she would maybe put them in the freezer, but I don't think she's allowed to touch them. But I mean, I'm not a cop or work in a morgue, so I'm not sure. But I just feel like
even then, she's like, her first day there, she's on the night shift, like the graveyard shift. She's there by herself, just doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
what
if she has a question?
Yeah, I think being in HR, you have someone there to shadow the person for about, a week or 2 weeks for training purposes. And then you can say, okay, you've met your, training probation area, and then you can go on by yourself. But I feel like your first night, you're like, bye, that was terrible.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah. I was like, that's just not good management.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot that could go wrong there, and a lot did go wrong.
Yeah, it was weird. And like okay, hypothetically something does happen with the machines, but let's say hypothetically something regular happens with the machine. She's not familiar with this machine. How is she supposed to fix it or correct the problem in any way? It was dumb, like in that aspect. Like, so you're just throwing this chick in this job? She's got no experience.
Yeah.
It'd be different if she had, instead of being a cop, she was like a mortician or something, a medical examiner.
A paramedic, something.
Yeah, something with a medical history, and then she had her situation.
So what happened was, apparently she was out on patrol, on the beat, with her partner.
Why?
Is that what the kids say?
I don't know.
They're out on the beat.
What is a beat? Like the beat street?
The cops are like on the beat. Like, they're out on the streets.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
I watch like cop shows, like
I feel
Blue
like
Bloods. I don't never heard them say beat.
It's probably like a Hawaii 5-0 thing. But they pull over a guy. It's very vague.
Yeah, it kind of just, dude is already out of the car standing there.
And in the flashback, it happens really fast, but apparently the way she talks about it, it didn't happen so fast. Like, in her flashback, like, dude's already out of the car, she's standing there and tells him, like, turn around, and he just turns and shoots and runs away. And then, like, she turns around and the partner's shot, and she's kind of, like, freaking out. But when she explains it, she's saying he had the gun pointed at her partner and she froze. It's like, so was it that fast, or did...
Maybe it was, like the flashback we saw was more of her anxiety playing and not the actual, like, scene of play-by-play. That's my only, like, thought that I can...
There are a lot of plot things that I don't think were necessary, like, and that weren't explored. They were just kind of, like, in the plot and didn't need to be.
Yeah, the only thing that I think that was really in the plot is that the fact that she's in AA.
Yeah.
Because, like, her seeing things and people not really believing her because,
she's on drugs.
She got onto, like, prescription drugs and stuff. And so it's, like, yeah, I'm sure you saw a corpse crawling around the ceiling.
No, she was saying, like, she has flashbacks and nightmares and stuff, so she started taking pills, and then her boyfriend left her, who's also a cop.
Kirkland Dillon.
Yeah. So she starts this job, and like the first night things are fine. Like,
Is it happening in one night, or does she go back to work twice?
it goes twice because
That's
remember he
right, because
comes
the
over-
boyfriend. Okay,
he comes
so
over to get
it's
his
2
stuff.
nights.
Yeah. And then so the first night things are fine, like whatever. And the second night is when she gets the body. So
Hanna Grace. I can't. I keep calling her something else.
Emily Rose gets
Emily-
there.
Is there even
Jane
an Emily
Doe.
Rose?
Yeah.
Is that the one where
The Exorcism of Emily Rose? The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
is that the one where it's the chick from Dexter?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
The one where she's on the floor and she's all.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. That trailer freaked me out. I don't think I ever saw.
There was
the movie.
another Exorcism of movie. I don't remember the name of the chick though.
But there's also one
Because
where
it's the one
it's
with
like,
the mom, and the mom's in like the mental hospital.
Yeah, it's like the Possession of Hannah something, because her name's Hannah.
Something. And then there's the Autopsy of Jane Doe. Which is actually a really good movie. I like that one.
Never seen it.
That one was good.
I've only seen the Hannah one where it's the mom because she's like the devil's child. I don't know. That one was weird too, but whatever.
The Possession of Hanna Rose.
In the morgue.
Anyways, they have like a buzzer for like the intake.
Yeah, where the EMTs come underneath and they drop off the body.
But she gets like a buzz for that. She goes down there and there's like a homeless dude that's clearly the dad, and they try to make it a plot twist, and it just wasn't because you knew who he
Yeah,
was.
you're like
He has like a hood on, like, oh, let me in.
right. It's like
She's
this.
like,
It's just like, let me in. No weird hooded man.
she's like, no. And he's like, open the door.
He's like, I work here. She's like, no, you don't.
And so he's like banging on the door and she leaves. Well, like a little while later, she gets another buzz for intake deck, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, intake deck.
And she goes down there and it's like this EMT dude.
Randy.
Randy.
I thought was Kevin.
Yeah, she was just like, oh, that's Kevin. It's
Like,
like,
I don't want Kevin to die.
who's Kevin?
She's like, it's Randy.
She didn't watch the same movie.
Apparently not.
So she goes down there and it's him, and he's just like, oh, hey, like talking through the glass or whatever, like, oh, hey, can you help me get this body out? Like, I'm by myself, like, my partner called out. And
Those
she's like,
beds are made to be used for anyone can do it.
and she's like, no, I can't leave the building. And he's like, please, like, if I leave this body out here, it's gonna take me forever, and it's gonna bloat and start to decay.
And it's gonna
we're
blow
gonna
up.
we're gonna get fired. And she's like,
I'm like, it's not my
okay.
problem that the body
Was
blew
it
up.
just me, or were you expecting him to be, like, not real?
Well, I wasn't expecting him to be not real. I was expecting him to be like from the church or something. Like he was like with the priest. Like I was expecting him to be a priest.
I was expecting
And
him
he
to be
was,
like,
like,
a
gonna
ghost
show
or
up.
something. Kind of like Night Shift or Last Shift. Last Shift, when he's like the cops talking to him, he turns around, his head's all blown out. That's what I was waiting for when they were having their like heart to heart moment about how he used to be an alcoholic, because we just tell that to people we just met.
Yeah, like they meant like
I was really,
right.
really waiting for that, but he was real.
Yeah, I thought he was
Kevin.
a priest. Kevin. Yeah, I thought he was a priest, and he was just an EMT. Like he's fine.
Yeah.
Didn't
So
really have much of an impact on the story. That would be a plot thing.
yeah,
That
you
wasn't-
didn't need him.
It wasn't necessary.
So she goes out and helps him, but as she's helping him, like you see behind her, like clearly the guy went in the building.
Hooded
So
guy.
So that's something not dad. Not dad went into the building. And like they get the body in, she's trying to take pictures, but the machine broke. She's trying to do fingerprints, but the fingerprint machine broke.
Again, a situation where someone, if they were training her properly, she would be able to figure out.
And then like the whole thing is like a lot of the lights in the building are motion sensor,
Which is
like
dumb.
so a lot of the movie is just her going, yeah, walking into rooms going, and
This is in the bathroom.
we stayed in Europe and this horrible little motel hotel thing, and this bathroom light was sensor, but it was like all the way across the room from the toilet, the shower, everything. So it would go off. You're just like,
You're in the shower and you're just like, wet arm comes out.
anyway, so like you'll see it off like through a window or something, like a light will go off, so you know somebody's there, but she doesn't see it because she's fucking stupid. And
She's playing with a rubber band ball.
yeah, she's playing with a rubber band ball. Sorry. She runs into the dude, and he's like taking the body.
It freaked me out though, because it was very Freddy Krueger, where he's dragging the body in the first one in Nightmare on Elm Street, and she's just like, "Help me!" It was very that.
So they get into a fight, and the security guards that are just like side character. One looks like Carrot Top.
Thank you.
There's Carrot Top, and then there's like the big sassy black guy who just like doesn't give a shit about anything.
He's like, "You work here."
Yeah,
like girl.
Like I feel like they should have went into him because I'm pretty sure I would have liked his character if they would have went into him, but instead they had like went into annoying Carrot Top being like creepy. And so like they run down and they get him, and like the police take the dude, but he's like, as they're dragging him, he's like, "You don't know what you've done. You have to destroy the body. She's not dead."
It's like, she's not dead.
And so that gets her thinking, apparently, for some reason. Like, I was like, okay, crazy guy, and like left it at that.
Yeah, and then she's like getting obsessed over her.
Like, oh, the license doesn't match because her eyes are blue and it says they're brown, and her fingerprints, like, oh, I need to get him out. And so she gives them to like the ex-boyfriend, and he processes them and tells her like, oh, if that's really her, she's been dead for 3 months, and blah, blah, blah. So she looks into it.
And she's like, "Oh my god, 3 months."
Yeah, and like she looks into it, and like there's like news stuff, and like turns out like she was did an exorcism. Yeah, like 3 months before, and the body went missing or whatever. And like weird shit's just kind of like happening in the background. Like she's hearing noises, she's seeing things, like thinking she sees the girl, trying to tell like her nurse friend that got her the job, who's like I guess her sponsor.
Like the refrigerator door thing, like constantly popping open. Your standard background jump scare stuff.
Yeah. And she's like, tries to tell her she thinks she's on drugs, and then she's like telling her, you know, stop thinking into it so much. You know, you got attacked by somebody tonight.
Okay, if you got attacked by someone on your first day on a job, like, substance abuse or not, like, wouldn't you want to go up with, like, the security and then stay there until they got the alert for, like, a body coming in, and then go down and, like, process it?
Like, you don't need to be there. You're not going anywhere.
And, like, the whole fact that, like, she was attacked and the guy was, like, a murderer, and no one came to do anything with the body or anything. Like, nothing happened. That was very unrealistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
On standards.
And this was, like, the most empty hospital I've ever seen in my life.
And the morgue was in a dungeon.
It looked like a prison.
It was weird. I've seen a morgue, and it looks like another wing of the hospital. It does not look like a scary cement dungeon.
Yeah. Even when she went up with, like, security, she went up to, like, it was, like, the regular floor, like, the main lobby, and it was completely empty. Like, I get it being the middle of the night, but where are the doctors? Where are people hustling and bustling? You know, where's the cleaning crew? Yeah. There's nobody.
Yeah, I've never seen an empty hospital in my life. Like, there are always constantly people in and out. It added to it.
I guess.
No one's there.
So yeah, shit starts happening, and then it goes all mummy on us, to where she kills Carrot Top first, and she's like, when she kills them, she regenerates.
Yeah, like, what was weird though is, okay, so she kills Carrot Top and she, like, doesn't have the wound on her side.
Yeah, because she had, like, a whole gash on her side, and then she was half burned, has a gash across her throat.
But what's weird is, like, it wasn't until her last kill where she sliced the sassy black guy's throat where her throat closed up. So it was almost like, were you supposed to get the idea that she killed them based on her own injury?
Yeah.
So did she burn the other chick? That's what I'm saying. Like,
No, that went away when she burned the dad.
oh, that's right.
Because
But it
she
was-
kills Carrot Top. You don't see it because she like sucks him into like the little slab thing, and you just hear him screaming. And then she sees her again, and she doesn't have the gash thing, and she's like, "That's weird."
Her arm was fixed when she killed the girl.
Yeah, because remember she was like the girls, and then she chases the nurse upstairs. Like the nurse sees her. It's like after she tells the chick she's crazy and she needs to go home that she's seeing things. She sees the girl.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately. And then she's in like the stairwell. And instead of running down the stairs, or up and out of somewhere, she runs all the way up and goes onto the roof. Like, where are you gonna go?
Honestly, if there was some demon chick that was like this walking towards me, I would just jump off the roof.
Yeah.
I would just, no.
So yeah, she does that. She raises her crucifix up again.
Yeah, it's like the whole time it's like this, and you hear like everything inside them like cracking and like.
Can we talk about her being crunchy?
Every moment.
Every time you saw her, she moved. She was crunchy.
She was cracking like a glow stick. Just.
It's like you'd see her slinging across the floor. It wasn't quiet. She's like.
You would hear that.
She turned to look at you. She's crunchy. It's like it's every bone in your body broken and just rubbing together.
She's made of glass. Like,
Something. She's crunchy.
she's got potato chip bones. Just.
But she kills the chick. She breaks her bones, and like as that's happening, like she's all the whole time she like starts undoing.
Yeah, she's like.
And then she kills the dad because the dad comes back apparently. Like she kills Kevin.
Oh,
She kills Kevin. She like smashes him.
Mm-hmm. Poor Kevin.
Um,
And then that's when the dad comes back. But the dad wasn't all that innocent. He killed 2 cops.
yeah, he killed 2 cops to get away because the ex-boyfriend called and like
He killed 2
he
cops.
killed 2 cops.
He's on
Right?
his way
But like right when that
there.
happened, like he comes with a gun. And so she's like telling like, I believe you, you're right, like I know. And so he like tells her everything like that.
She was. I hate this.
Me too. She was depressed and had anxiety really bad.
So therefore, the demon was able to possess her. Like that's not how.
And
it
her
works.
eye turned blue, and that's the mark of the demon. Like,
That's not how this shit works. First off, let me.
I'm
just
like,
say
I feel
that.
like it's some weird propaganda thing that I'm not getting. Like,
It's like okay. So like when in other possession movies, they get to the point where they say like the person is getting like beaten down, but it's over a course of time. You're not like living with this for your whole life. It's over a course of days or weeks where this demon is just like dragging down until they can possess your body. They're not looking for depressed people and possessing their bodies. That's not.
everybody would be possessed.
With my anxiety, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm all crispy everywhere I go.
Like, Lisa's extra crunchy today. Did you notice?
And then, well, my eyes are green, so I have like half of the mark of the beast.
It was just like that was the only explanation they gave. Like, I'm assuming that the family was like in the church, but we can only assume because that's what they were talking about. The church like did exorcism. Like this was like the 3rd one or something they did on her, and
like,
it just wasn't taking. Yeah,
It was Valak. It probably was. I mean, maybe.
but that's literally the only explanation he gives. She was depressed and had anxiety,
And therefore, the demon possessed her. And it latched on so bad that 3 exorcisms couldn't fix her.
Yeah,
Like, okay, I guess. I mean, sure.
and so and he's like, why hasn't she killed you yet? Which we don't know why.
Yeah, they never allude to, like, that she's trying to get a new vessel or something. Like, I guess with her being a struggling addict, that she would be a weak.
Because she's depressed and has anxiety.
Don't be depressed and have anxiety,
Moral of
kids.
the story.
You're gonna get possessed by demons.
If you have depression and anxiety, you're gonna be possessed.
Is that like the thing, like with the movie? Is that the message that like it's not just an actual demon, it's your inner demons that can take over you? I don't know. Like, is there like another message?
I
there?
don't know. That's what I'm saying. It feels like weird propaganda stuff. Like, is this movie from the church and like nobody said anything? And,
Well,
like,
if it was from the church,
mental
there-
illness is bad.
Mental illness is the mark of a demon.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh. And blue eyes because
Witch.
burn her.
Oh,
What is that
my.
from?
The Mummy 2?
Yes. He like says it in Egyptian. And she's like, burn her.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. She's all like tied like this
Yeah.
with really big rope.
Like, where do they get movie rope from?
She's just like you couldn't just go.
No thanks.
But
So she kills the dad in like the incinerator, like as they're trying to burn her, she wakes up.
yeah,
And
and
he's
then
like,
she's like doing this to her face. I guess that's how you possess someone. You just grab their face, and then the mouth on their hand. I don't know. It just goes. It's like an alien mouth comes out of the hand.
she's Scorpion?
Get over here, and then she just like possesses her. That's the end of the movie.
Oh my god. And so she kills the dad, and then
Boyfriend shows up.
boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, I'm sure he's boyfriend again by the end of it, because he shows up and she starts doing the whole thing to him.
And he's like, how?
And I guess we're supposed to be like, oh, moment of triumph, because she like
Faced her
unfreezes
fear.
and takes the gun and starts shooting her.
But she keeps shooting her everywhere but the face.
Yeah, shoot her in the face.
I'm sorry. If there's a demon person, I'm shooting you in the face. I'm not gonna shoot you in like the shoulder.
I'm like, unload my whole clip into your face hole.
Yeah, seriously, your face would just be gone. No more blue eyes. The fuck? I was just like, technically she's a zombie, so go for the headshot. Like, zombie logic movie.
And so, like, the boyfriend's like, oh, let's get out of here. And she's like, no, you go get help.
Yeah, as you go get help. Like with the elevator. No.
He's like, oh no.
He didn't even try. He was like this close. He's like, no, you come back.
And so he leaves, and she takes the body to the incinerator and throws her in, and, like, they start fighting.
She grabs her face again.
Yeah. Hand mouth.
It's at least she didn't vomit in her mouth.
Yeah. What is with horror movies and the vomit thing?
I don't know.
I swear, like, every movie, it's like the possessed person, the demon, the whatever, is vomiting on somebody's face.
We really need to do Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah. So, like, then the cops come. She's like, because she puts her in the incinerator. The cops come. She's sitting there with a rubber band ball.
Okay, they would definitely question her.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of dead people.
Yeah, and then what, you just threw the person in the incinerator?
Yeah.
Who was it? Where's the dead body that you checked in? Mm-hmm.
And at the end, it's just her, like, now she's a strong, independent woman. You know?
I was so expecting. Okay, there's a scene at the very, very, very end of the movie where her hair is like this, and you see her brown eye, and then there's a fly on the mirror, and I was so expecting her to brush her hair back and then just have a big blue eye.
But it wasn't.
It didn't. I'm sure there was. Are we supposed to get that idea because she killed the fly?
Was she taking a shit in the bathroom?
Well, I don't know. Who sits with their pants all the way down to their ankles? Okay, in the scene where she's in the bathroom still and the ball rolls under, which was actually pretty, like, decent, scary scene.
Yeah,
It was
she's,
creepy.
like, in the bathroom, like, texting. And, like, usually that's not something they show with, like, women in movies, I've noticed. Like, they don't show chicks using the bathroom like that. Like, actually, they'll show, like, oh, she needs a moment, so she goes into the stall. But
and
just
sits on the
there.
toilet
Yeah, like,
with full
nobody
pants.
does that. But she is sitting there with her pants all the way around her ankles and her
just,
underwear down.
Like, her underwear's all the way
and
down.
she's just, like, chilling there. It's not like you hear her peeing. She's, like, clearly been in there a while. And she's sitting there texting and, like, just sitting. Like, after that, she's just kind of, like... And that's when she hears, like, somebody... Because, like, there's, like, a hand dryer. And, like, when she first did it, like, she walked by and it went off and it scared her. Like, she hears it, like, as if somebody walked by, and that's when the ball rolls in her.
And that's what I was saying. I was like, wouldn't that be funny, though? If that happened and it scared her, and then you just... in the toilet.
Voids her bowels. Oh, God. And then she just, like, gets up and says, you might.
Yeah, did she?
No, she just gets up. She's like, oh, shit. Like, I feel that. Like, I would probably just, like...
And then you're all damp.
Yeah, I guess. That's the least of her worries. Because, like, the hand comes out and grabs the ball under the friggin' stall.
That's when you'd shit yourself.
Yeah.
That is when... Do not lie to me. If you're sitting on a toilet and a hand, when you're alone, comes from underneath and grabs it.
What I think is bullshit is, like, he's showing her around, like, he's like, okay, here's how we go in to do the body stuff. That way's the men's restroom. That way's the women's restroom and the incinerator room. And, like, where the women's restroom, it's, like, the darkest hallway I've ever seen in my life. It's like, what the fuck?
There's no motion sensor lights in that area at all. There's no lights.
The only thing is, like, the exit sign, so it just glows red.
Which is terrifying.
It's like, why? I would hold it all night. I'd go in the men's restroom. It's all well lit and nice there.
I would pee at my desk.
Like, oh no.
I don't know, I wouldn't be able to leave that little box in the middle. Like bodies. Like, I don't know, the alarm's broken, it never went off. Like, I'd lie. I would lie. They would have two people working that shift.
Yeah.
They would not have one person. That's stupid. Because how would she move the body from one table to the next on her own?
Mm-hmm.
You would need another person.
A lot of it didn't make sense.
It had some good jump scares, though. Like, and whoever played Hanna Grace with their...
She was naked the whole time and you never saw nothing.
Yeah, you never saw her butt or her titties. And it was always, like, very modest. It was weird. Like, the way that the camera would, like, flicker, it would, like, totally cover her butt crack.
Yeah, so like she had no butt crack
the whole time. She had no butt crack. And then I think you only saw, like, a silhouette, a very dark silhouette of a titty at, like, 0.1 second.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So...
It had
What
potential.
rating was it?
Rated R.
Really? What would make it rated R?
Let's see if it says.
I guess violence?
Maybe.
There was very
R for gruesome images and terror throughout.
Terror. It's a joke. I mean, they got me a couple times, like... But, like, I wasn't terrified.
Yeah, like, there's definitely better possession movies. And in the same realm, I would say watch Autopsy of Jane Doe before you'd watch this one. That one was really good.
I want to see that.
This one had potential, but it just wasn't great. It, like, talking about, like, what rating it is, there's this other movie, I think it's called The Possession. It might be. It's with Anthony Hopkins and the freaking guy who played Hook in Once Upon a Time.
Oh, yeah! Isn't that called The Right?
The Right, yeah.
The Right.
That one had to be rated, like, PG or something because it was, like, the saddest. We want to make a possession movie, but we want to keep the rating down because, like, when he gets possessed, he's just like, your mother's in a dang hell, you bitch. It's like, he keeps saying bitch, and that's, like, the worst word he says, but he's like, you freaking bitch. It's like, you're a demon, you don't care.
It was definitely a far cry from your mother sucks cocks in
yeah,
hell.
exactly. That's, like, what I was
And it's
waiting for.
My cunt. Yeah. It's like,
He's just like, dang it.
darn nabbit.
Yeah, like, oh.
Okay. You're not a demon I take seriously.
Yeah, like, oh,
Maybe it was his
okay.
first day out.
You hear the D&D match going on in the other room.
He's just a fireboy. Oh my god.
An evil pots and pan robot.
And then a dinosaur comes.
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. It was okay. I definitely wouldn't be like, go out and see it. Like, if somebody has it on, I guess
Watch it.
stay. If it's on Netflix and you're really bored and there's nothing else to watch, I guess watch it at least once. But it's, it was just whatever.
Yeah, and it didn't scare me, so
Yeah.
that tells you a lot already.
Yeah.
Like I said, it got me like, well, because if anyone, like, a puppy could come around the corner, like, too quickly, and I'm like, ugh. It doesn't mean I'm terrified of the puppy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Yeah, there was just a lot of plot points that weren't
necessary.
necessary, and some that were and weren't delved into. That some that was just glazed over. Stuff that should have been gone into and wasn't. Like, who was she? What happened? Like, there had to be more than she was depressed and had anxiety.
Yeah, I think it would have... If the movie was, like, maybe half and half, like, half Hannah Grace's story and then half...
Yeah, like, doing
more.
flashbacks and stuff or whatever, then that's fine. Like, tell us why she didn't...
I mean, it's called The Possession of Hanna Grace. Tell me about Hanna Grace.
Yeah.
I don't want to just know that she's dead.
How did the dad find out that this was
Was a
what she
demon.
was doing? Like, that she was killing people and regenerating, and, you know, because he was very knowledgeable about what was going on. Like, what happened.
Yeah, like, and is there just a string of dead bodies that have followed Hannah Grace's body around?
Yeah.
Was there a point where she ever fully regenerated? What was the gash on her hip? What are you doing?
I don't know. That's what I was like, did he try to cut her in half? Did he try to cut her head off?
And
like,
why is she only half burned? She's only burned on this side.
like, perfectly in half.
Yeah, like, okay, Two-Face. Did
I
you take a
don't-
blowtorch to her? Like, it only got one side?
Yeah, because they said that when they found her, she was in an alley and the guy was still slashing at her and he got away. And that there was chloroform or something next to the body. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, we don't know what happened.
It just starts off with her being violently possessed. Dad kills her and she ends up in a morgue and she's just doing her thing. I don't even know who the demon is. Like, don't you have to say the demon's name?
I don't know.
Isn't that like a thing in like all the movies?
Yeah, all the movies, I guess.
I mean, I've never been possessed.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I'm pretty depressed and anxious a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But I don't...
Are we all a little possessed?
Probably. I mean, that's probably the voice in the back of your head that tells you to do shitty things.
Maybe.
You know you're not supposed
But I
to.
feel like it was a little bit of like a fuck you. Like, oh, I'm not gonna be possessed just because I, am anxious.
We're planning weddings and we're going to be very anxious for the next year and two. And it's just like, am I going to get a demon in me? And why do their teeth rot? In every possession movie, their teeth are just rotted over.
I think it's just like the body is technically dying.
But their teeth are perfectly fine when they come back.
I don't know. Because demons are gross looking. I don't know.
You know, that is just rude. Now you're going to be possessed.
Just like, you want to talk shit?
Oh,
You
so
want
I'm
to talk shit,
gross.
anxious bitch?
I'm gonna take the anxiety and flip it on you, bitch. Damn.
Oh, God. I don't know. There's much better movies out there to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it was like they took The Autopsy of Jane Doe, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and Last Shift and mixed it all together. And that was this movie. And they they put it all in a generator.
And then The Mummy.
Yeah, and The Mummy, and they put it in a script generator, and then they got this.
It was a bot wrote
Yeah,
it.
a bot wrote this. Like, those are the movies that they watch, and they're like, no, write something.
It's like 100 hours of like possession movies and then The Mummy, and then they just write it.
Well, I mean, technically, wouldn't The Mummy 2 be a little bit of a possession movie?
Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah. Those are good movies.
But yeah, out of all those, watch Last Shift because that's scary.
Yeah.
That
And
is
then
a scary
your
movie.
Autopsy one, which
The
I haven't
Autopsy one's
seen,
good.
but I think I'm gonna watch that. I wonder if they have it on Shudder.
Probably not. I don't know. I feel like it's on something. It's on something. You just have to
On
look.
Hulu or Shudder.
It's on one of those. 'cause
Amazon.
I know I've seen it.
No one has TV anymore.
Everybody has Fire Sticks.
Yeah, we all pay like $7 and have all of these subscriptions. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You nasty.
How am I gonna get it off?
Do you want demons? Because that's how you get demons.
No, having demons is when you cry too much.
Do you cry a lot?
I cry every time
Are
I
you
watch
nervous?
the Dumbo trailer.
Don't, you're gonna get demons.
Don't watch the Dumbo trailer, you're gonna cry and get demons.
It's like,
It was the laziest explanation for her,
it's like,
her possession ever.
like I needed something else to freak out about while I'm having a panic attack. It's like, oh no, I'm freaking out. Oh no, demons! Like, I'm gonna get possessed. Like, not only do I feel like I'm dying and everybody's gonna die, oh no, and now I'm gonna be possessed. Fucking great.
Do you think they have like a heart monitor? Some people in the world, like, this one raised.
I don't know.
Like, and then they go to your house, but then they're like, oh no, she's just having sex. So your heart rate goes up. Like, that one's crying.
That one's definitely crying.
And then they just go, they put their hand on your mouth. And then you're
It's like with their hot Cheeto fingers. Oh my god. But seriously, I feel attacked by that. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah, it's definitely rude.
I'm gonna be laying in bed, having a panic attack, and be like, now I'm possessed. And that's gonna be like ingrained in my head to where I'm just possessed now. I'm gonna be doing shit, just like knocking stuff off counters because I'm possessed.
Or by a cat?
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with you? I'm possessed.
I was having one of my weekly cry sessions, and then it came and got me.
It's like I needed something else. Like the poor girl needed something else.
Yeah, she already had a hard enough like history. Like, does she really? Like, plus, how's she gonna get over that? How do you get over a demon possession? Like, that shit happening. That'll
don't.
fuck with you forever. That's not just a person holding a gun. That is like supernatural shit that now you are burdened with the knowledge of.
Are you talking about the main character? Or the
Yes.
girl who's possessed?
I don't care about the person who's possessed. I don't know anything about Hannah Grace.
Yeah.
I
You
don't know
don't care about her because you don't know anything about her.
I care about the main girl. Like, her.
But yeah, like she did drugs because she saw her partner get shot and she blamed herself. Like now she's like, oh shit, demons. And if I get sad, I'm gonna get possessed now because it touched my face.
Yeah, and it's just like, could you imagine having that kind of knowledge? Having the knowledge that there actually is demon possession that is existing in your life around you. That would terrify me.
And I feel like if I were her, like I wouldn't be able to get back with the dude like who lived it with me. I'd be like,
there's something wrong with you. Like, it did something to you. You've got it. It touched you.
it's like we both saw some shit. Why don't we
How-
high five and
How would you not be able to talk about it all the time?
Yeah.
That would be a topic of conversation.
that's
every
where you
day.
see like in like other horror movies where it's like the person who lived it when like they were younger and they're all crazy when they're adults. Like what movie is that? The one with the tooth fairy.
Darkness Falls.
Darkness Falls. He's all crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking Frailty. He's all crazy. It's like they grow up crazy. They saw some shit. Like you don't just forget that.
Yeah, but wasn't in Frailty, didn't it end up actually being that he had superpowers?
I wouldn't call it superpower, but yeah, it did.
You could see people's sins.
But it was still like flipped. Like the brother, Matthew McConaughey's character, was actually the brother who was able to see
Yeah.
things, and the other brother was
actually the demon.
because he was killing people.
Yeah.
Saying that he could do it, but
Well,
he couldn't.
He was crazy because he watched his father and brother do some crazy shit. That's why he became what he became.
Yeah, but
You
Again-
created it.
again, like, I feel like she wouldn't just be some strong, independent woman afterwards. Like, I feel like you'd be very damaged.
No.
You'd be jumpy. Like, yeah, you lived through it, but fuck, at what cost?
Yeah, because again, that's just not just another person with a weapon. That is a supernatural thing that you have no control over. I think you would become obsessed with the occult and like demonology and everything like that to try and figure out, okay, well, what else is real? Is the Loch Ness Monster coming to get me? Like, what's next?
Yeah.
Werewolves? Anytime someone comes over, are you a vampire? I'm not inviting you in.
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't just get over it and be like smashing flies on your mirror, like
With your eye covered.
Yeah, like I feel like you need to talk to someone.
Who do you talk to at that point? A priest? Do you become really religious? I think I would.
And for her church to just be doing that, like that's something you have to get like sanctioned by the Vatican to
I was about to
do.
say, doesn't the
You have to get,
Pope
like-
or someone have to?
You have to get approval from the Vatican, which is like they don't do that anymore. And so like for her church just be doing that, like
Yeah, you have to have like solid proof that it's a
yeah.
possible thing. But even then, I'm sure that they mostly now believe in mental illness and not actual possession. I guess.
What I hoped it was, because like when the body first got there, like she saw it breathe, and she saw it like you see it moving in the bag, which is all natural things for corpses to do. Corpses move, corpses, release gases and stuff out of their lungs. They sit up, so like they do things like this
because
like
the
they
nerves
moan,
are still active. And
they moan like. And I really wanted it to be like everything that was going on was just natural stuff to happen to a body, and she's just losing her goddamn mind.
Ooh,
And at the end, it's like,
her just burning this body, and
like
people
her
are like,
just being crazy and this
"You're
stuff not actually
crazy."
happening. Like it's just because she really is taking drugs still.
Yeah, like when that moment when she went to take the pills and then didn't, like it were to flash back to it, and she did. She took like a handful or something of some Xanax, and then she's just
Yeah,
tripping
because
really
like she
bad.
has the Xanax in there, and she like keeps going to take it. She doesn't, but it's like, and the her nurse friend, the one who's her sponsor, saw it and like is like, I trust that you didn't take. But if she would have but like I didn't take any, and like the nurse is looking, the bottle's actually empty, and she's like, I didn't take it.
Yeah,
And she's clearly just like
it went back, like that movie Shrooms, where like the person that's tripping really hard is imagining things. They are happening, but they're happening differently because they're the ones actually doing the killing.
mm-hmm. Like that would have been great. That would have been great.
That I actually, man,
Are you mad it's not like that now?
yeah, I am
That would
mad
have been good.
because it's like last shift.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man, that's annoying because that would have been cool. That's actually a really good idea. But now if you do it, they're like, that's just like that movie, The Possession of Will and Grace.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
then you're just like, yeah, but that one's like better, obviously. Fund it.
Oh.
Fund it.
Get a bot.
And write your movie. Well, this has been fun, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time on. No, I'm just kidding. We ain't got a catchphrase.
I think we're gonna start doing, or what I want to start doing is just start watching shitty Netflix horror movies, shitty Hulu, shitty whatever Amazon horror movies,
And ripping them apart. Because
Yeah.
that's what is way more fun.
yeah. So I can tell you all day like about movies that I like, but yeah, that's what my plan is, anyways. What I want to do, just watch shitty ass movies.
So if you got like a really terrible movie that we should watch, you should like suggest it down in the comments, and we'll watch it, and then we'll just hate our lives. Or if it's a movie that you've heard of, but you're like, I'm pretty sure the movie sucks, go like you watch it, and we'll tell you how it is. I'm like expecting us to find some random gems in there.
Yeah. Like this movie's so bad, watch like it was actually really good.
I liked it.
I loved it.
Like I still want to watch the Evil Bong movie.
Oh yeah, me too.
I haven't. It's
And
like,
Ginger Dead Man.
yeah, it's like Evil Bong 1, Evil Bong 2, Evil Bong 3 with Gingerbread Man, and there's Evil Bong 4.
It's like Evil Bong 666 or something
Yeah.
like that.
$10 says we like one of those.
Oh, I'm sure we'll love all of them.
We're just like, again.
What antics will he get into next?
So is the bong evil?
Yeah.
Like, so do you take a hit and then it makes you do evil things, or is the bong actually physically doing evil things?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. We'll
We're gonna
find out.
watch. We'll tell you about it next time.
Yeah. If we don't get possessed before then.
Which I probably will, because like I'm due for like a cry like later tonight. Fuck. So demons. So if my eyes are blue next time, demons. Demons.
Okay.
Alright, see you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe with things that are over here. Over here. I don't know where anything is.
Stuff.